Welcome one week more to the Cloud FinOps updates by FinOps Quickly. I'm going to start today with AWS. So AWS Kinesis can slash your streaming costs now up to 60% due to their new on-demand advantage mode. So it introduced a simpler pricing model in AWS with substantially lower throughput rates. So this means that now you can have no fixed charges. So basically you can remove the per stream fixed charge completely, and you can reduce your baseline cost for multi-stream architectures. You also need to know that the ad hoc warming is valid for this mode, and you can have instant throughput increases with long warm-up steps to eliminate over-provisioning and surprise billing spike. So if you have IoT workloads that happen to use AWS Kinesis, definitely take a look at this new mode so you can save up to 60% in your billing. It's a very useful update for a well extended and well-known service such as Kinesis, so definitely take a look at that. And now with one of the most commented AWS updates in the last few weeks in FinOps is the EKS pod level chargeback capability, because split cost allocation can now import up to 50 Kubernetes pod labels into core. So as you know, tagging in Kubernetes is one of the most difficult topics, and with this you can get help. We also teach you how to do Kubernetes tagging and general tagging in our course, Tagging and Naming Conventions structure by Alfonso. So definitely take a look at that. I will leave a link in the description below. You can wait for some updates in Black Friday because it's getting to there soon. So this is very useful update if you have Kubernetes workloads. It's well awaited to have this information now directly into core. So definitely take a look at that if you are running EKS workloads for chargeback and soapback. And now moving to a new update on the procurement side. So if you are into FinOps and you know your procurement partners that need to know the updates on AWS or any other cloud provider, please share this video because they will get a lot of information for free. So on the AI agent flexible pricing, so now the AWS Marketplace added a contract and usage-based pricing for AI agents. So basically, you can now choose pricing models that match the actual usage patterns and avoid overpaying for underutilized tools. With the increment of AI workloads and AI agents in the AWS Marketplace, definitely something that you need to leverage to reduce your workloads and to simplify the part of procurement. So take a look at the update, review all the details in our complete set of updates, and let me know if this simplified your procurement journey with the AWS Marketplace. And now one of the services I like the most, which is a step function. So now they have a new cost dashboard. So you can have this console metrics dashboard that shows the workflows, billing, and account and state machine level. So you can identify expensive orchestration and optimize per state cost. So basically, a step function is a very useful service, and on my opinion, when you move from serverless workloads such as Lambda to the step functions, and it can make super complex workflows a reality and make it easy, but it comes with a cost. So having a cost dashboards and new metrics to identify the billing on these especially complex workflows can definitely be of help. So take a look at the new dashboard and check what are your current workflows costing so that you can make them more efficient. So now for the governance, AWS config now has 91 new managed resources. It's different from managed rules and resource types. So we have 42 new managed rules and 49 new resource types. So for the managed rules, we have 42 new ones as mentioned, and many are focused on tagging, cost, and operational settings. So new examples include checks around batch allocation, spot, max speed, and tagging best practices. So you can have ready-made governance control. With this, you can leverage them for automatically enforce FinOps hygiene, like required cost tags across accounts and receive compliance telemetry without building custom rules. You have to know that you can leverage managed rules to simplify org level deployment so you can scale policy enforcement quickly, and therefore the automation of that governance and automation for these kind of rules is one of the best FinOps efforts that you can do nowadays to help your organization. So for the new resource types, we have most of them in EC2, Bedrock, and SageMaker. Since these are one of the most used services in AWS, you can definitely leverage these new resource types so that you can automate better and you can control better these kind of resources and have better cost governance scanning. Basically, you can do things like build complete resource inventories or detect and use or misconfigure resources both in AI and in compute. And you can have now auditing tools with broader data in those sections, both in SageMaker, Bedrock, and of course in normal services such as EC2. So you can check all the details of the resource types in the update, and hopefully you can improve your governance with these new changes. And now a lot of AWS observability changes that helps you detect anomalies and optimize your performance. So we have new CloudWatch database insights that extend on-demand anomaly detection across database, OS, and per SQL metrics. So it includes also remediation guidance. So it will help you have faster root cause resolution and reduce over-provisioned database waste. So if you are finding waste in your database deployments, definitely take a look at these new CloudWatch insights because it will help you directly leverage observability data to improve your efficiency in your database workloads. Moreover, in a new update for the Prometheus, it includes now the anomaly detection, because now it includes ML-based anomaly detection using random cut forest to surface unexpected metric behavior and create alert rules. So now you can reduce your manual threshold tuning and helps you catch inefficiently or runaways cost earlier. Basically, now you can have ML help you detect the anomaly detection in Prometheus. So for anyone using Kubernetes with Prometheus embedded into it, definitely take a look at that because it will help you detect leveraging ML, which I think is one of the, let's say, more underrated technologies nowadays to help you detect these cost spikes and prevent them using this technology. And now related to S3, so now you have the S3 mount point real-time metrics. So now you can have almost near real-time operational metrics over OTPL for mountain and the CSI driver. So you can detect inefficient S3 access patterns that drive unnecessary request cost, which is one of the most hidden, most underestimated cost in S3 up until it happens. So definitely you can react faster with this information if you have it for mount point and CSI driver. And finally, related to the NVMe performance statistics, so now the CloudWatch agent now collects NVMe local volume metrics for the Nitro instances, so you can have better right sizing decisions and eliminate over provisioning, as always, with this information about the statistics. So leverage the data with the appropriate context for these Nitro instances to create better right sizing efforts. And now a new update on the EC2 instances. We have now the EC2 Art 8A, which has a 19 better price performance, up to 30% performance gain with the previous family version, and the 90% price performance improvement as mentioned. So the R8A is a memory optimized instance powered by the 5th generation of AMD EPYC. And it provides a lot of improvement from the previous version, and you can have it available on demand, spot, and via savings plans, of course. And you can have improved throughput for your memory heavy workloads such as databases or Java applications, and it's a lower cost per unit of computational work, so better unit economics in terms of resource consumption. Now you can cut your Oracle instance costs with R87 memory optimized RDS. So now they have a pre-configured R87i memory optimized instance offering ultra high memory to vCPU ratios up to 64:1. So the key benefits are that you can maintain the memory capacity running far fewer vCPUs if you have a super memory consumption workload in especially database. And now you can also directly reduce your Oracle licensing cost tied to vCPUs. This is very important for the licensing people, the item people, and the procurement handling Oracle deals, so you can enforce better usage of your license. Of course, you can have zero performance sacrifice despite the vCPU allocation, and you can choose it to be on demand, spot, or in savings plans for maximum flexibility. So definitely for Oracle database workloads that you have and they are consuming a lot of memory, yet not that many CPU, you can enforce it with this new instance type. Now, moving on to GCP, they have released the cost anomaly detection on general availability, and it includes auto-enable alerts sent to billing administrator. So basically what it includes is AI generated thresholds, so they are based on historical spend patterns, so you don't need to have manual tuning required. Moreover, it helps you have a root cause dashboard that you can quickly identify what caused the cost spike with integrated analysis, so you can identify what happened in your anomalies and you can do a forensic analysis about those using the information provided by the dashboard. And also you can have immediate protection, so basically it can apply to new projects with zero spend history. You can have basically a default protection for this to prevent the most common cost anomalies that you can have. And one important thing that this is implemented into free cost management, because all the capabilities offered at no additional cost as part of the Google Standard Cost Management tool. So you can filter alerts by absolute dollars or percentage deviation. This is a great update from Google Cloud. I was surprised that it wasn't yet implemented. So thanks to the Google Cloud for implementing this now. And definitely take a look at that if you have GCP workloads subject to anomalies. So now one of the most common cost drivers in GCP are BigQuery and compute. So you can now optimize your workloads and your migration. Now there is the preview version of the reservation groups for intelligent idle sort sharing, so you can prioritize workloads, improve utilization, and reduce capacity for purchases. Basically, this is a new way to doing commitments for BigQuery, so it implements a new system to better use your commitment capacity. Definitely take a look at how it works, because it's a bit complex, especially if you are not used to BigQuery. And let me know if you have what's your experience on this. And also to the VM reservation visibility, you can now see which VMs consume reservation now in GA, so you can verify the consumption, identify the mismatches, and optimize your commitment use decisions. So a couple very important updates on commitments for GCP. I think, as you may know, that commitments is one of the most powerful leverages for doing FinOps. So definitely take a look at these two updates and leverage those for reducing your cloud bill at the end of the month. And finally, some updates on Azure. So they have released the Cosmos DB Query Advisor. So now this DA feature provides actionable recommendations to reduce RU consumption. So you can have lower request units and avoid over-provisioning throughput. It helps you create more efficient queries and therefore reduce your workload. We are always looking forward to having new updates that make your queries more efficient and therefore your cloud practice more efficient. So now in a new update for Azure Storage Mover, the S3 to Blob transfer are now in GA, so you can migrate from the S3 to the Blob with parallel copies and incremental syncs, so you can have an easier migration infrastructure overhead. This is a very good update for Azure itself, so that they have more clients migrating from S3 to Blob, and it's easier for the people that are considering a migration or migrating workloads to make it easier with the transfer, especially if you have a lot of files or a big number of files. So these are all the updates for this week. You can check the complete playlist with all the previous updates here in the video. And don't forget to check our FinOps weekly sessions. We are releasing them this week and the following one. So we have a lot of our best of the best speakers in the FinOps Weekly Summit already released in their individual sessions. So definitely take a look at that. And see you next week. Bye bye.